gentlemen, I'm talking about Fifth Element. Supreme Kai, the perfectionist. Crash on your vagus nerve. Buffet, I'm about to serve. Fresh out of canapes, I'm on the hors d'oeuvres with a hunger indescribable to put in that words. The host with the most. OT from the D. Creator of this newly booted family tree. DJ 7, young got discretion. Cool, go hard in the paint like resin. Ray Sun checking with the scoop for your teacup. How do we know that? I swear he knows some higher ups. DJ Slim is the linchpin to the crew. Locked in, turned up like an Allen screw. Together we the squad. Salute our supporters like Captain Picard. Congratulations in advance, confetti. Toothpick, cake clean, we fresh out and ready. Fifth Element.
Yo, what up, though? It's your boy OTZ from the D, and y'all know what time it is. Another episode of the Fifth Element Hip Hop, where we represent hip hop in its truest form. That's peace, love, unity, and having fun. That's for everybody who don't know. You know what I mean? Go ahead and tap in one time for the one time. Usually we got a bunch of dope guests on here today, but today, y'all know what it is? We the guest.
We doing it dolo.
You know what I mean? We doing this solo dolo, you know what I mean? You know, due to
Get to know the fifth.
due to scheduling issues and time constraints.
It's like this is exactly how we wanted it. It's not our timing.
But you know what I mean? But we doing what we do, you know what I mean? But without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce my co-host. Y'all know who he is. AKA Raymond. Y'all know who he is, Ray Sun. Let's go.
Man, what it do? New week, no smut on our names.
Last time that I checked.
Right. Hey, I'm not in the best of moods today. We're gonna talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Right now they're protesting in Memphis because of the death of Tyree Nichols.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And sitting next to Ray Sun is the lovely Supreme Kai Senpai, Polo
What's
dripped
going on,
out.
hip hop? Always Polo dripped out. Supreme Kai Senpai. Squad.
You know
I
what
like that flag, Ray. I see
You know what I
you.
mean?
You know how I do.
She about to be Polo Kai now. You know, instead of Polo
Yeah.
G, it's Polo Kai.
You
know what I'm saying?
Kai low.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, you got to keep the polo in it. That way you know it's
That's
the polo.
the low.
You know,
Kai
nah.
low. You shorten it.
Yeah, it's
That's
polo.
the low life shit.
It's Polo Kai.
Okay.
It's Polo Kai. You know,
All
like
right,
Polo
OT.
G and shit.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Whatever you say.
Hey, and sitting next to Supreme Kai Senpai is the one and only incredible DJ Slim. Y'all know who he is, the DJ's favorite DJ, and he in here representing the gods and earth as usual.
Peace. Y'all know what it is, man. Wisdom God. That's today, man. Wisdom God. All being born to born. What's good, y'all? Peace.
You know what I'm saying? And in the back, y'all know who he is, man. The one and only Hollywood Bug out
My
here flexing
guy,
on y'all. You know what I mean?
Bug. What's up,
good,
baby?
y'all? We back with another one. Let's get into it. Come on.
You know what I mean? And DJ Sev is doing what he do, you know, out here making dollars and clocking dollars and making much money.
If it don't
you
make
know what I'm saying?
dollars.
Make sure y'all check out his podcast too, man. It's going up.
Yeah. Podcast is real dope. I'm like, Sev is out here doing this thing. You know how it is, young man branching out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after all that is said, let's go ahead and get into this show. Raymo, man, what you got for us, baby?
Well, we're gonna skip the usual. We usually start talking about Vegas and what's going on and whatnot, but some more serious matters going on in the world.
All right, let's get serious.
So, do y'all even know about Tyree Nichols?
Yup.
I don't because I've just been not paying attention to the news, but I mean it was it was told to me by somebody close to me. Yeah, Kai, you might not want to tap into the news today, and I'm like, well, it must have been something bad that happened because usually that kind of thing like really affects my spirit.
Right.
So they were just like, no, stay out of the news. But
Bring us up to speed, right?
Yeah,
now.
what's
And
going
I
on?
ain't gonna front like I got all the information, but I'm saying I know a little bit. So Tyree Nichols is a 29-year-old brother in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
He got stopped by the police on January 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. They tried to constrain him, whatever, but he started to run. 5 black officers caught up to him, beat the hell out of him, tased him, beat him with their baton, kicked him. 3 days later, he died in hospital. That same night, his parents went to the hospital and said they could barely recognize him. And after they beat him, they pulled him to the side and sat him on the car, and nobody rendered help for him. There was no help for him. He just sat there.
That's police 101.
Right.
Is anytime someone's injured, it don't matter if you shot them yourself or whatever, you call ambulance. You call for medical attention immediately. That's in the rules. Like, so I'm like, if they don't get reprimanded for anything else, it's violating the rules. Because that's across the border. I don't care where you at, what state, what city. That's one of them rules that is blanket. You can't like, veer from that. So if somebody's injured, you immediately call for 911 attention. You're like, okay, boom, we got somebody hurt. Call in, ambulance come, boom, boom. They check them out. Even if you shoot them, like if you shoot somebody,
Even if you're the one who injured them.
right? Even if you're the one who injured, even if they're dead, you still call. You know what I mean? Because there's a possibility that their life still might. You ain't no doctor, so you don't know. So you have to call.
So
Even
they
if-
just left them there.
exactly. So they meant for him to, bleed out and suffer the way they did. And it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up because I was just watching an episode of BMF, right? Last week's episode of BMF, and it was the episode where Big Meech gets shot by Lamar or whatever the case may be. Spoiler alert if y'all ain't seen it.
Gotcha. You gotcha.
But this was last week's show. This ain't even this week's show, so you
okay.
should be caught up anyway. So he got shot, and his partner, the officer that shot him, his partner was like, dude, you got to call police. And he's like, F them, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we, trying to, arrest these guys or whatever the case may be for some drug shit.
You just saying just let them
but
die.
this dude just got shot.
Right.
So it's like, she's like, you got to get him to the hospital, you know what I mean? But he's so caught up in his police mind, catch the bad guy thing, that it's a person over here dying, literally shot, bleeding out. And you're not about to give him medical attention.
I think that's the core of the whole thing right now is we not recognizing each other as human beings
And
as
that's
people.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? That's where it's all starting from.
That's big facts. That's big facts.
That's one of the things that I, go out of my way, and I have gone out of my way as a mother to teach, especially to my sons, is that cops are people, and there's good people and bad people in the world. You know what I mean? I did that purposely just so that they would not have that fear of the police that most of our men have. But it's it's hard to navigate that when you seeing so many of us getting killed.
Right.
Yes, sir.
They can see it with their own eyes.
You know what I mean? If y'all in the chat, tap in on it. You know what I mean? We definitely monitoring it. So I see Killing Times in the chat. You know what I mean? Peace to Corey. You know what I'm saying? And
Peaceful
all the
Killing Time podcast.
all the family over there. You know what I'm saying? Divine Graphics in there. You know what I mean? What up, though?
Peace.
Right. So the 5 cops they were fired immediately, which is different.
That is
Right.
different.
They
Yes.
were fired immediately.
You know what kind of makes me? I'm like, I'm glad they were fired, but it was like 5 black cops. They get fired immediately.
Right.
If it was 5 white cops, they're on suspension.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, to me, I'm like,
Elijah McClain, the cops that killed Elijah McClain
Mhm.
in Colorado, one of them quit.
Mhm.
And then the rest of them were just, okay, they just over here waiting for their trial. They not fired. They still got their job.
Exactly.
They just on leave.
And see, I'm like, I understand firing them because they, broke protocol. But it's another thing. It's like, man, I'm like, yo, these guys who have committed these type of atrocities before them, they all got the lenient, they're on leave without pay, or they're on suspension.
On leave with pay.
Or leave with pay,
Right.
and they're on suspension and all this other crazy stuff. But these guys right here, 5 black officers, boom, they out of here. Now, I ain't excusing what the 5 black officers did because they definitely were out of line, and they definitely should lose their jobs. But I think going forward, anybody else who commits this type of crime within the law enforcement needs to receive that same type of punishment. Like, yo, you get fired immediately, your pension, X that, you know what I mean? Your life goes back to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's 12 o'clock, the pumpkin
it's
disappeared.
the lack of
It's all good.
consistency with these rules that's causing these
Right.
type of things.
Right. And
It's like every state gets to decide
right.
what happens in these scenarios, and most of the time, it ends up with the police being protected because there's no,
But that should be something that should be brought up, in these political discussions. It should be something where it's saying like, okay, instead of the states taking care of the rules themselves for police officers, since police officers across the board are needed, then that should be something that should
there
be
should be
governed.
a federal law.
Exactly. Governed by the government. It should be like, okay, each state This is what you got to do regardless. It don't matter what happens. Now you get to govern your internal bylaws, but you don't get to govern these blanket laws. You do this, you out of here.
Everybody
And-
wears body cams. Everybody,
Exactly.
there's a protocol that every single police officer
Yep.
follows.
It shouldn't be left up to the state or the mayor or the governor or whoever it is who decides
or the
these
police
rules.
union or whoever.
Yeah, for these officers, it should be blanket across the board. That way, we don't have inconsistencies like this.
Right.
Sounds too much like right.
Right? You know what I mean?
And then, and just continuing on, January 12th, Keenan Anderson was killed after being tased by police in L.A. So
Yeah,
another brother gone, hands of the police.
that's crazy. And it's crazy because I can't pronounce the young man's name, but in Columbus, Ohio, that young kid was shot on the corner by a guy. He just walked up to and shot a 13-year-old kid
Oh yeah.
and claimed self-defense.
Right.
Claimed self-defense, and then he
was
didn't go to
unarmed.
jail. He was unarmed. And
He went, but they released him.
a 35-year-old man walks up to a 13-year-old kid, shoots him, claims self-defense on a kid that's unarmed. I don't care what this kid was saying to you.
I think
or
they were
doing
saying
to you.
he thought they was breaking into his car, but that still is not a death penalty.
It still don't matter. I'm like, yo, that's not self-defense. I'm like, unless he was bringing a crowbar to you,
Or a
trying
knife
to swing
or
it.
a gun.
Exactly.
That's not self-defense.
It's not self-defense. You can't just walk up on somebody and shoot them. I don't care if they are trying to break in your car. Until they turn that weapon against you and turn towards you, that's not self-defense.
Big facts.
You can't walk up to them and shoot them in the back. You can't do none of that.
Call the cops, right?
Straight up, call the cops. You can draw the weapon down and tell them stand where they are. You know what I'm saying? And try to, detain them for a second. But you can't shoot them. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Unless they come at you in an attacking gesture. So that's just what that is.
What's my guy's name? Who was on the who did the was ATL? What's his name?
Donald Glover?
Yeah, in the infamous words of Donald Glover, "This is America."
Yeah, right. This is America. You know?
But
definitely.
this is America. So I agree with what everything everybody is saying, but you have to realize where we at.
Well,
Yeah.
but I'm like, if we gotta live here, you know what I'm saying? I'm
You don't
like,
hear me
they
arguing.
gotta change something sometime. It's been going on forever though. So
I so restrained myself. I was coming in here and I was gonna, these fucking pigs, won't, motherfucking pigs, fuck these pigs. But I digressed a little bit.
you know what I'm saying? And for everybody
That
tuning
anger
in,
is understood, though.
Yeah, man, I was very emotional driving up here. I was very emotional. I was like, how am I even gonna get this out? But
right?
we getting there.
For everybody tuning in, we normally don't get to discuss these type of topics, but they definitely are on our minds. So, if y'all want to tap in and at least leave some comments inside the chat, go ahead and do that. But we still on our hip hop shit, so
Definitely.
Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's move on, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. What we got?
We brought books in today. We got the
Yeah.
Fifth Element
Yeah.
Hip Hop Book Club or something
You know what I'm saying?
we about to do, right?
And who does that?
'Cause we
in
smart.
2023, right?
No, for real.
Who's reading books in 2023, man?
We smarty
You know what I'm
arties
saying?
over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
like, yo,
am.
Sorry, we like nerds, I guess.
we read books.
I've been a nerd.
I don't know.
So Kai,
That's part of it. That's part of the reason. One of these books that I brought up here.
show
Okay.
and tell.
So listen, this book right here got me into my love of writing. Now, I didn't have a lot of friends. Okay, when I was young,
We can
I
tell.
spent a lot of time alone, and I used to spend my time reading.
Yeah.
And
For you to read that
found,
book, that book, you
this
ain't had
book-
no friends.
Okay, here's the thing. This book and the collected works of Maya Angelou
Okay.
was gifts that my mother's coworker bought for my mom.
Nice.
Okay.
My mom, I promise you, my mom did not read one poem of these books because I carried these books with me everywhere I went. So it was this one and the collected works of Maya Angelou. But this really instilled in me a love of writing, a love of poetry, a love of jazz, and a love of like all things Harlem Renaissance. So you'll see like out of my top 3 books that I have here, 2 of them are Harlem Renaissance writers. So the collected works of poems of Langston Hughes. This has literally every poem that he's ever written
That's peace.
in this book.
Yes,
And,
sir.
yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
Good
Nice.
reading.
I mean.
Word.
Shit, I'll go
Rainbow,
next.
what you got?
I'll go
What you
next.
got, Rainbow?
Man, so this book right here, let me show you.
Okay, now I've heard of that book.
It's called From Niggas to Gods, right?
Yep.
It's by Brother Akil. And this book got me through some hard times. I had to lay down for a little bit. You know what I mean? I had to go lay down for a little bit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So
Right.
and during that time I didn't read that much, but I got to read. And I'm reading love novels, westerns, right?
right.
So the gods came to me and they were like, and I was in North Carolina too, so they called me Vegas. They were like, man, Vegas doing all that reading. Let's give them something, you know what I'm saying, that'll spark something to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me the book From Niggas to Gods. And let me read you the back real quick. It says, this is a compilation of individual essays written during the fall of 1992. The essays are designed to inspire thought within the black mind. These writings are primarily targeted toward the black youth of this day, which I am a part of. I am not a master of these teachings, but these teachings I wish to master. They say that my generation is not intelligent enough to read a book. I said that they are wrong. It is just that they are not writing about anything of interest that is relevant to our lives. And when they do write something, they have to write in the perfect King's English to impress their Harvard professors. Here we are with a book one hand and a dictionary in the other, trying to understand what in the hell the author is talking about. If you have got something to say, just say it. We are not impressed by your 27-letter words or your Shakespearean style of writing. The black youth of today don't give a damn about Shakespeare. This ain't no damn poetry contest. We are dealing with the life, blood, and salvation of our black nation. So,
Amen.
man, I read them books and it was like, I couldn't put it down, right? So
Right.
part 1, part 2, From Niggas to God. So y'all check that out if y'all get a chance.
That's a great.
Amazon,
I bet you that's a great book.
great book.
I've heard of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm like,
Slim, what you on?
You know what? I got a lot of books. Asada Shakur.
Asada.
The book Asada was probably the first piece of literature that actually sparked a tear.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the actual book, right? But I was driving home. I was taking my sister to school, my little sister to school. And Common came on.
Mhm.
And on Like Water for Chocolate, on that album,
Yep.
he redid,
Song
he
for
did a
Asada.
song for Asada.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he paraphrased it so well that I was driving down Craig, and this is when Craig there was nothing on Craig.
Right.
Like,
Just
you know what I'm saying?
dirt
It was just
road.
a dirt road, you know?
right.
And I got this
Before my
big
time.
lump in my throat. And I'm like driving like, what the fuck is wrong with me right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like realizing what it was, but still having that ego and that pride as a man. Like, why the fuck am I crying on the way home? Like, but that song hit me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So the book of Sada and the way that it was written, you know what I'm saying? It was peace.
Some ill shit happened in that book. I read that book too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
And it starts off like a movie too. Like it
It
jumps,
does.
it jumps right into it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's kind of like how Common song is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he really did a good job explaining the book and, you know,
Yeah.
like you said, paraphrasing the book in that song.
Word.
He didn't leave nothing out.
Now, the book that I read, I just got through reading this again.
Nice.
The autobiography of
Okay.
Malcolm
I
X.
am Malcolm
All right.
X.
Now, that's the movie. That shit is so watered down. I'm like, yo,
Still good though.
No,
It's
a
good.
good-ass
Still good.
movie.
Still
It's
great.
good.
Denzel did that.
He did that, but
Denzel.
Oh, you right.
But what I'm saying is, like, as far as like the details, it don't even
You
cover.
right.
Like, it only covers like not even a
broad
fraction
strokes.
of what happened
Absolutely.
actually in this man's life. And I read this book. If you want to know how OT think, a lot of how OT thinks comes out of this book.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, the way
Detroit Red.
Look
at that.
Look, you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Literally
like,
Detroit
yo,
Red right now.
I'm just saying,
Word.
but you know, a lot of how I think comes out of this book. You know what I mean? A lot of how you know, just his values and as a man. Like if you can't learn nothing else from this book, this dude was so solid in the way he thought and the
Fearless.
the genuineness of him, like being able to express himself in this book and show the vulnerability of like, yo, this is where I come from. This is my whole life. It's some messed up things I did in here. And he wrote them all down. Some messed up things I did to women, you know what I mean? From everything, from some messed up things I did to myself, to people around me. And to go from that to being the upstanding individual that he was when he passed away, I'm saying.
You can't do
I'm
nothing but
like,
respect that.
yo, I don't care who you is, man. Read this book. and it's gonna change. It's gonna change your perspective on how you should carry yourself.
Yeah.
This is a solid man right here, man. I'm like Malcolm X.
Ta-da.
Big facts.
And then just keeping it all the way hood. Animal by Quan.
Animal.
Damn, Quan, you wrote a book?
And this,
I wrote a book.
this is Animal Part 2. So whenever I want some hood shit, yeah, I mean, I get into Quan books. Quan is the author. Animal 1, Animal 2.
Oh man.
Man, savage life.
I'm like my other book that I read on the often is Iceberg Slim Pimp.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say Donald Goines.
No. Donald Goines. I'm like, yeah, I rock with Donald Goines, but Iceberg Slim Pimp. I'm like, that book really shows you how to deal with people. Like, and it shows you the strength of a determined person. Like, you know, people they look at it, they say like, okay, it's about pimps and hoes and whatever. Pimping and hoeing is just part of the story. But the undertones of it is a man so determined to do something, he would have been successful in whatever he did. It didn't matter. If he was saying, yo, I'm going to sell cockroaches to people so they can have them as pets, he would have won. Because how his thought process was.
Yeah, well, I mean,
this dude was like, he was determined to be this.
But that's that thing, having that determined idea and following through with it. That's
Right.
That's what it is. And then I also want to mention,
Go ahead.
the God Supreme Understanding has a book called Knowledge of Self,
Knowledge yourself.
and
The Book of
it's
God,
really
right?
dope.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
that
the
y'all
Book of God, right?
brought a message
I'm
to the
not
black
sure-
man up
yeah,
here.
actually, yeah, I think
Well, we was
Supreme
only bringing
Understanding
3.
did do
Right,
that.
right. I was like,
so
man,
peace to the God.
surprised nobody brought a message to the black
See,
man.
for
up
me,
here.
I brought my
That's what I was
fiction
gonna
this
bring.
time, but then like next time I'm gonna bring my nonfiction.
Okay. Okay.
Harlem Renaissance, also a Capricorn like me. Did not know
Alright.
this. I actually watched a documentary about the Clotilda. It was the last slave ship
yeah.
that came to America, and it was actually popularized by Zora Neale Hurston, who was basically an African historian. She would
Right.
travel down south. She lived in Harlem in New York, but she would travel down south and collect stories and collect, pictures of people and learn songs and learn basically coming back to claim that part of our past so that we
Okay.
can know our history a little bit more. But this book right here ain't got nothing to do with that. This book right here is one of the best love stories
Okay.
that I've ever read.
Hmm.
It's about a young lady who, this is like, 1800s where, there's still, a lot of things to be desired racially in the country.
Mhm.
So she's raised by her grandmother. She's mixed. And her grandmother, basically her only goal is to see her granddaughter get married so that she doesn't have to worry about what her life is going to become. Okay. So she marries her granddaughter off young. But her granddaughter has, the main character just has like this different kind of spirit and a different idea of what she thinks her life should be. So she ends up, taking her life into her own hands and making a way for herself. And it's just a dope ass story. It's really dope. I don't want to spoil the whole thing.
I saw the
but
movie.
Yeah.
Ain't
It is a movie.
Oprah is Zoe Saldana in it, I think.
I don't know.
Something like that. I've definitely seen it.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana was Janie in the
It
There's
was,
Eyes
it was
of
one of
Wonder
them light skinned ladies.
That's weird. That's a
Zoe
weird
Saldana,
choice.
Mariah Carey, one of them.
That's a weird choice. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's a movie. It's not
Right.
going to be completely accurate, but this is a good ass story right here.
Right,
Hey,
right.
so look, I didn't bring my books to physically show y'all, but what I did bring,
What you got?
Ding, 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 ding.
You come bearing gifts.
What I did bring.
I mean.
Peace to
What
the God
is-
divine. You know what I'm saying? Out in
I know that's
Piedmont, the
not
Bronx.
I know that's not what I
Hooked
think
us
it
up
is.
with our merch. He actually sent it. It came last week, but I goofed up.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their
me.
They dead ass.
That's
you know
Nice.
what I'm
Dead
saying?
ass.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Dead ass B.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
We dead ass about this culture. You heard?
Already
You really?
though. You know I
You know
say
what I'm
that ass
saying?
all the fucking time.
Word.
So
So
this
yeah.
is like perfect for me.
Appreciate the God, Divine, all the way out in P-Line. Everybody
Salute.
get y'all sizes, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Large, you said large.
I'm
Yeah,
large.
I'm large. You know what I mean?
Large
Dead
and
ass.
in charge.
I'm pretty sure everything in here is a large, actually, if I'm not
Dead ass.
mistaken.
You know what I mean? It's your
That
boy
look kind of
OT.
young on you. Why don't you just
Yeah.
let me see?
Get out of here.
That's
you know
not
what
the
I'm saying?
one. That's
I'm
not the
like,
right
yo,
side.
I'm a young nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Bug, you got one too, God. God.
got one.
Yeah, you come on, man. We ain't leave you out.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
okay.
yo,
Yeah.
we all up in here. We up in here.
So don't look.
Uh,
Peep the logo.
Dead ass serious.
there
Look
you
at
go.
that. Divine Graphics. Ooh, this professional, conscious gear. This fresh as fuck.
Word. Word.
Stop playing with me.
And the sweatsuit I'm rocking right now, the Guards of Earth sweatsuit I also got from Divine. You know what I'm saying? So peace. He always comes through, very swift with the timing. And the
Yes, sir.
garments are always quality, you heard?
Right.
So
That's
I
what's
mean,
happening.
check it out, man, and support. You heard?
Peace to Divine
For
Graphics,
sure.
man. Peace
Yeah,
to
hey, we
Divine
appreciate it. For
Word.
real, for real.
Graphics. Peace
Hey,
to
hey,
Divine
Boog, have you ever read any good books? Like, do you have a favorite book? Or do you read or it's not really your thing?
I mean, do you want me to start talking about like Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
I was gonna say that.
Wait. Word is born. That shit is dope. I ain't never read the book, but
The book
what-
is
the
funny.
movie,
Very
the
popular.
movie
Sam was on them too.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's very popular.
Sev used to read the books, and I used to watch the movies. I'm not even gonna lie,
Yeah.
yo. Them was
Yeah,
some funny
Let's put it
movies,
like
yo.
this. Malik had me buy every single one of them books.
Okay.
Yo,
I got
Diary
like,
of a
yo,
Wimpy
Diary of a
Kid is
Wimpy
shit.
Kid.
Yeah.
And we watched all the
Word.
freaking movies. So, but I listen to audiobooks, so I'm sure Boog here, Malcolm X, Pimp.
Right.
The latest book I'm reading right now is Will Smith again, because that book is just
Right.
like, if y'all listen to it, man, he dropped so many jewels in that thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
That's
I'm like,
what's up.
and they always hear me listening to books. I'm like, you know, whatever it is, Art of Seduction, 48 Laws of Power, you know what I mean? I'm always listening to some books. I'm like, one of my favorite authors is, when I'm going into comedy stuff, is old girl who did The Office, Mindy Kaling. I listen to, I
Okay.
got all her
Oh,
books.
nice.
I got all her
Nice.
books. And, I like her books. I'm like, yo, so I
You
listen
do. You a big time fan of The Office.
I'm a big fan of The Office. Like, if
Okay.
we had an
For
Office
sure.
trivia,
Never seen it.
if I had an
What?
Office trivia,
Never seen it.
I would win.
You
I-
you bought that.
I got, dude, I got Office, like,
Oh,
Office
he got
everything.
it at home, huh?
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Right.
I don't play no games, man. I like
Never
that thing.
dared to play him.
Do not dare to play me. I'm like, yo,
I
I'm
would
like
not.
that.
I would never.
I'm like that. Martin, too. So I'm like that. to
Oh,
Martin,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Now, with
Def Comedy Jam
we can
also.
square
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
We
I
can
like
square
that.
up with Martin,
We can
but
square up with Martin. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I
hey.
had you tripping off the rhythm spoons.
Right.
Look at that.
Hey, look, real quick, I got a quick question. So, because this is a music show, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like,
yep.
real quick, like, what is everybody listening to? Just name one album right now that you really into.
Citywide or nationally?
National.
Nationally?
That's hard.
I'm still on LaRussell, man. I'm still
Word.
knocking LaRuss, man. I'm like,
Okay.
LaRussell is my guy, man. I'm
But
very tapped into his culture, man. And what he doing, man?
all right,
Dude is like that.
I'm on Nipsey.
Yeah.
Still on
Okay.
Nip. Yep.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo, y'all. So like my music that I listen to is largely dictated by my mood.
Word.
Okay.
That's me.
So if you was to go to my Spotify search, the last thing that I searched that I've been listening to is the soundtrack to the motion picture Scarface. For some reason, I've just had it on my mind. I've had the movie
Alright.
on my mind.
You been
a
running
lot.
it back,
See that
rewinding
motherfucker
it.
like,
Yeah.
run to the yayo. Look at that.
No. Fun fact about that song. Did you guys know that song "Rush Rush to the Yayo" is actually sung by Debbie Harry?
Yes, I absolutely did.
I
Word.
don't even know who Debbie Harry
Gary
is
Heavy is
The white chick, right?
Blondie.
That's the white. It's the white chick from
from the movie.
but,
from
From
What's-
Wild Style, but also
yeah,
from
Wild Style,
Blondie.
Wild Style.
Wild Style. Word.
yeah. But
That's right.
she was supposed to be the white chick from Wild Style, but she's not.
She's not that
Right,
one
we
white
had
chick.
that- we had that
Yeah,
discussion.
We're not
Right.
even-
She's supposed to be.
Okay.
But
right.
she's not her.
Yeah, but
You know
we
what I mean?
know who you're talking about.
Right.
But yeah.
Word. That's
But
what's up.
yeah. Debbie Harry and stuff. Yeah, I actually did know that was her who sung that song.
Okay.
That was
That's what's up.
I'm a, I read the back of the credits on the
Right.
album.
Sure.
You feel me?
Hey,
So,
check,
yeah.
check it out. Since we up here freestyling, right? We just talking about whatever. You mentioned.
Oh, you about to throw on the beat?
No,
Kai
no,
gonna get
no,
it?
not yet.
Boy.
That's at the end of the show.
Let's go.
That's at the end of the
Kai
show.
got the bar test.
But
Oh.
all three of y'all got the bar test. What's up? Can we get that?
Oh, no,
Can we get that? Don't be scared. Rappers
Rappers
rap.
rap.
Rappers rap.
Rappers rap.
Here you go. I'm not a rapper.
Hey,
Okay,
yo, so
but-
wait, real quick. We'll just hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
pardon. So Divine says a book that's a really good book is When the World Was Black by Supreme Understanding.
Okay.
When the
Okay.
world was
Okay.
black.
Supreme
Okay.
Understanding. Big shout out to you. Peace.
Peace.
What's that?
You were talking about the slave ship, the last slave ship.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all tell me where are the slave ships? Where's any slave ships in any museums? Any
Well, this one, the Clotilda,
that one
it
was,
was
under
after it was after slavery had already was supposed to be over, and they snuck and they created the ship and they went basically from the Gulf of Mexico down there in Alabama, and they went straight to the coast of Africa, and they just made a straight shot back. So what they did was they brought the Africans over and then they burned the boat.
Mhm.
So the wreckage of the boat was like, within a few miles of the shore.
Right.
So they
Okay.
in
found
that
it.
river in Alabama somewhere.
Like,
right?
y'all ain't
But where the rest
getting back
of
on
them?
this.
Where the,
I don't
where the rest
know.
of them?
I don't know.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or they changed to other. I mean, they would probably change to other vehicles. or-
I'm sure they would. They
Yeah,
probably
they probably
Vehicles of
used them and
transportation.
reused them.
names
Yeah.
probably
Right.
changed and
Yeah, switched
You
it
know,
around.
but not to have none. Like
Well, I mean,
That's a good question.
it's I don't know. It is a good question. Like, cause you've never seen that in no museum that you ever been to.
Well, I'm like, yo, if they're slave ships, then all these people talking about that there was, there wasn't a lot of slaves brought over or whatever, they would debunk all they theories. It would, you know what I mean? Because everybody's always saying like, it was only like 100,000 blacks brought over or something crazy like that. And I'll be like, man, you know how many people was brought over and how many people died on the way? I was
Look,
like,
if we could find the bones to a damn Tyrannosaurus Rex, enough bones to put a fucking
Come on now.
dinosaur
Talk
together.
that
exactly,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Word up.
We can't find all the pieces and all the planks and all the boards to put the daggone
Look,
ship together now.
I'd be more
I'm
inclined to
tripping.
believe there wasn't a dinosaur before I believed it wasn't slavery.
Hey, look, hey, look, I don't know about all that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
But
like, yo,
that's a whole nother thing, though. But I don't know about all
like,
that.
man,
I
shit.
don't
They
know
told me
about
somebody
all
was
that.
on the
wait,
moon.
hold up. You don't know about what?
Dinosaurs.
You don't
man.
believe in dinosaurs? Is that what you said?
I don't believe in nothing. I need to know it was dinosaurs.
But the bones, the fossils don't do nothing for you.
Nah, man, not really.
You know what I mean?
Not really.
Damn.
Fred Flintstone was eating on the motherfuckers all the time. What you talking about?
So what was it, bro?
Straight up.
Hey, man.
A brontosaurus burger, nigga. You know?
Wow.
They was
Flip
also
the
wearing
ribs over.
aprons too.
Straight up.
Ooh.
All right,
we
hey,
ain't gonna go there.
all right. Let's move on. Right?
Sleeping in bedrock, you know what I mean?
Do y'all want to go to some of this hip hop news, some of these headlines, or y'all
Sure.
want to jump into some urban trivia card games?
Let's have some fun, man.
Let's have some fun,
Yeah,
man. Put on some serious
Yeah.
shit for a minute. What y'all want? Y'all want urban trivia? You want hip hop trivia?
Man, do what you do.
You know, it's up to y'all. Y'all doing the shit.
What's the one that was like,
Or you want your
the
black
most
card revoked?
poppin'?
They're all popping.
Okay.
They all popping.
Okay.
I'm gonna do black card revoke.
Okay.
So black card revoke, a lot of them
Right.
is consensus. So like,
Trivia.
All right, this one we might have did this one already. Last time he checked, he was the man on these streets.
That's
Last
not
time
easy.
that I checked, I was
Yeah,
the
we did
man
that.
on
We did
these
that one
streets.
already.
Okay.
In what city did Rosa Parks refuse to move to the back of the bus?
Wasn't
Tuskegee,
that-
Alabama.
Wasn't that Montgomery?
You got it.
There it is.
There
There
it
it
is.
is. Look,
Yeah.
she ain't even need the
Right.
multiple
Gee,
choice.
Kai. He's a complicated man, and no one understands him but his woman.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
Damn.
There it go. There we go. There we
Kai-
go.
Kai like
No,
nigga,
she got
All
cable.
right,
No, she got
Queen.
Cox
Yeah,
cable.
look,
Word.
give me my black card, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I got credit on my black card. What y'all
Right.
got?
All the way black.
Give me your-
I can't play none of these games.
My black card unlimited.
Yo, hey, yo, the God Atlas, peace to born powerful. He say, man, peace, man. Dinosaurs never existed.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother story.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Tell
I
Atlas,
don't understand.
Atlas,
just
man,
saying.
I'm gonna give me a brontosaurus burger and cook
Here
that
we go.
motherfucker
Here we go.
up. Straight up.
We should have the guy when he come back in town, man. He come and build on that. That would be peace.
Kai, we going with a hip hop question for you. You answered
we
all
go.
them
Go
shits.
for yours.
There we go.
Go for what you know.
I swear it's a million cards, but I be pulling the same fucking one.
Mm-hmm.
Main Source's debut album is called
Breaking Adams.
Breaking
Breaking
Adams.
Adams, come on, man.
I love that album.
That was the shit. Look, get
Warren
that
G's
front
song
door.
called My House is a cover of which song?
Diana
House.
Ross.
Mm-hmm. Warren G's song called My House is a cover of which
Damn, I
song?
don't even remember that.
Do
one.
I get a multiple choice or no?
Nope, it's just one answer.
Is it Diana Ross?
No, it's Madness, Our House.
Mhm.
Oh,
Our house.
Yeah.
Mm.
in the middle of the street. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
my fault.
Slim, what you want? Urban
Dang,
Trivia?
I thought Diana
It's
Ross.
my house.
And I live here. Yeah, I was thinking.
It
That's
actually
not a
surprised
bad
me.
guess.
Surprised me.
We're gonna go with
Surprise
let's go with Urban Trivia for you. Which famous singer wrote "Every Little Step" by Bobby Brown?
Oh,
A
wrote
Bobby
the song?
Brown. Yeah, A Bobby Brown, B Babyface, C Devontae Swing, or D Teddy Riley.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I
Every
definitely
little
know
step,
this.
Every little step.
I definitely know this.
Okay.
It's definitely
say
not
nothing.
Devontae.
Nope.
Right.
It's definitely not Devontae.
Devontae Swing.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. You stumped me, man. You got me. You
I
got,
got
me
it.
on that one.
Babyface.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I went to the baby
Babyface to Teddy Valley.
Babyface.
always. I'm like, yo, I seen Babyface perform it.
Oh no way.
Oh, word. That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's dope as hell.
He went through all his hits. I seen him live, and he went through all his hits.
And he
Damn.
And
performed
he
it.
performed Every
That's
Little
crazy.
Step and a bunch of other songs he wrote that I didn't know he wrote. I didn't know he wrote The Whispers, Rocksteady.
Get outta here.
Right.
What? All right.
Steady.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What state is the show P Valley set in? Florida, Texas, Georgia, or Mississippi?
It's Texas, right?
Nope.
No, it's Florida, right?
Nope.
It's Georgia.
Nope. It's Mississippi.
Yeah, show y'all watch
Mississippi.
P Valley.
Right.
None of us watch
See,
P Valley.
you-
nigga.
I'm not seen a few episodes
guy.
of
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
I ain't never seen that shit.
It's,
But
okay,
Nah, I'm not the
gonna say
P-Valley
nothing.
guy,
I'm not gonna
yo.
say
You know what I'm saying?
nothing.
I'm like, I be in P Valley,
It's
but
about a strip
it's
club.
it's never in Mississippi.
Pause, nigga.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
What does WAP stand for?
Oh no,
Hold up. Relax. What does WAP stand for? A, worship and praise. B, wireless access point.
No.
Yeah.
Poor bud.
C, waffles and pancakes. Or D, none of the above.
You know, this is a very appropriate question.
Right.
Minor.
I pick A.
Worship and praise.
There it is.
Right.
I like that in your
Right.
book.
Church.
You did
Church.
that. You did that for your
Excellent
mama. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like how you did
But that was a good
job.
question. It had,
Yeah,
you know,
that
it was
was
a
a
good
good
one.
one. That was a
He
good
said
one.
worship and praise.
Niggas was like, whoa.
It's like, well,
Freaked out for a second.
All right, Kai.
Yeah.
Here's a good one for you. If you open the fridge in a black household and see a Country Crock butter container, what is more than likely inside?
Not
A,
butter.
B, spaghetti, C, greens, or D, ain't no telling.
Ain't no
Ain't no
telling.
telling. That
no
motherfucker got
telling
it.
because
telling.
our people use the country crock as Tupperware.
Right.
So
Ain't no telling what's in that motherfucker,
it could
dude.
be anything in there.
I know niggas who used to wear how they work in that motherfucker in the refrigerator.
Damn.
Straight up.
That and the Cool Whip joint.
Right.
Boy.
That's what I mean. I'm like, it was a fucking, it's a container.
Man.
I'm like, you be
Don't
like, yo,
do that though, for
hey,
real.
pass me the butter. You over there, motherfucker. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that shit in there coagulated.
Mixed
Grease.
vegetables in this one.
Right. I'm like, man, you
Man.
keep the old chicken grease in that motherfucker, the bacon grease
Ooh.
you use for the greens. Grandma be
do
doing
that.
that shit.
All right, let me give you some pertinent news you can use. Colin Kaepernick is to examine history of corruption and unjustified murders at the hands of Bakersfield police. So he has a
Hey,
new,
my guy.
like a new show coming out or something. He's
Love me
doing
some
that.
him.
Okay.
I'm like, is Colin Kaepernick from Bakersfield?
I don't
think he-
know.
I don't know.
Is he from Bakersfield? You know that, Quan? You don't think so? I'm wondering why Bakersfield is
Bakersfield.
you know, I'm like, what's the connection?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, he did play for Nevada, right?
Yeah, but that ain't Bakersfield.
Just right up the street though.
Yeah, it's
Man,
pretty
come on,
close.
man, cut it out, man. I'm like, yo,
It's
that's
right
like,
there.
like, yeah, LA is.
Bakersfield is like 2-3 hours away.
Right.
Hey, hold on.
So
I'm like, old girl just said Las Vegas was a part of California. Is that right up the street?
He was born
Come
in
on,
Milwaukee.
man.
Right.
Stop playing.
He was born in Milwaukee.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
come on,
Okay.
come on.
but that's where he was born. He wasn't. He didn't live. He was adopted.
Right.
I didn't know that
yeah,
about him.
Yeah, he was adopted. He was adopted and adopted by some white people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Milwaukee.
But that's what I'm saying though. I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, the old girl we just got on her head for saying that she ain't know what a Nevada was. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I'm like,
different.
so you,
You know
can't tell
what?
me it's right up the street.
That's
But
different.
Get out of here.
Bakersfield is right up the street, right?
Bakersfield is 6 hours away from here.
It's right up the street.
It ain't no daggone
LA
6
is 4 hours
boy.
away.
Right
That's
up
right
the
up the
street.
street. So you
Cali
can't.
is right up the street.
But I'm saying though,
Arizona's
like,
right down the street.
But that ain't the same as Nevada, man.
Yo,
No,
my word is
that
bond.
ain't
It's
the
not.
same.
I didn't say it was the same.
Vegas.
It's
Hey,
not
yo,
Vegas.
In the words of Kamikaze, it's not Vegas.
Hey, yo, word. Dominic asked me that question today. Word is one. Probably about 3 or 4 hours ago. He was on the phone. He was like, Dad, what is Nevada? I don't know where it stemmed from, where it came from. I'm like, but say it again. Like, I'm trying to make sure he's saying what he's saying. He like, what is Nevada?
It's
Like,
a
son, that's-
state.
It's a state. That's where you were born. Like, you know what I'm saying? You from Las Vegas, Nevada. He was like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, but that's a kid.
Yeah,
We talking about a grown ass woman.
right. Well, yeah, indeed. No, but I was just, just bringing that up. Peace to Dom. Love you, Dom.
I'm like, he's gonna know that for the rest of his life. So he'll never make that mistake again.
Right,
This
right.
broad is 20-something
Probably
years
has
old.
a high school diploma.
Right. This
At
broad is
least a high school diploma.
she should have one, at least a GED, or she gonna be broke. I'm like straight
Something
up.
like that.
I'm like,
Yeah,
man.
it's kind of ridiculous.
Hey, so yesterday was the passing of Kobe Bryant anniversary.
The anniversary?
The anniversary.
I didn't realize
Right?
that.
It's been 3 years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Y'all remember
3
where
years.
y'all was at when that happened?
I was at the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
think-
daytime.
It was
think I
shocked.
Kobe? I
Yeah.
don't know what else.
What'd you say, Bud?
I said I think I was in the car with Malik and his friend. That's
Mhm.
why.
So let me ask y'all this. We've had some very well, Tupac got murdered.
Yeah.
Kobe passed in the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Nipsey murdered. Did any which of those deaths affected y'all
I cried when Nipsey died.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. I couldn't believe it because, I remember my son came home and he was like, oh, there was, a rapper that got shot today. And, I hate to say this, but, rappers sometimes, die at the hand of violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't necessarily stunned by the fact that a rapper was shot and killed. And he was like, just trying to think of his name. He's like, I'm trying to, what's his name? What's his name? And when he said Nipsey Hussle, like I screamed. I was like, no, you can't be serious.
Right.
And so I went and looked it up and like literally I cried. Like even thinking about it right now is making me a little bit choked up. That one hit me hard.
I say Nip and Kobe had the same effect on me. I'm like, yo, like when Nip, it was like, if you take Tupac got shot before, and I was like, okay, he got shot again. I was like,
and nobody
Right.
thought he
gonna
was
make it.
gonna pass.
I was like, he gonna make it out because they was like, he doing good. His first reports is that he was doing good in the hospital.
Right.
So I was like, boom, boom. Nip and Kobe, they hit me the same. I was like, damn, like like you be feeling like this person.
Right, definitely.
That's how much you was involved
into
with
their
them.
music
You
and
know what I mean?
what they did.
And Kobe was like, my son Malik loved Kobe. Like to the point where like one of his best gifts I got him was like some Laker Jordans and a freaking Kobe 8 jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Kobe 8 jersey, because you couldn't get the 8. He was rocking a 24 at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that was like, I had to be invested in Kobe because that's what he in. And then, if my kids is into something, I try to be into it. So I make sure I have a connection with them always and an avenue to keep communication open. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Kobe, that messed me up. I remember I was working at the jail still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the whole dorm was just silent. Like it was just like crazy. Like I'm like, you ever feel like it's like an ominous feeling about like everybody's just like everybody could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? You had dudes in there, they tough as hell, but you could tell dudes wanted to be like, they wanted to cry. But you can't show no emotion in an environment like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell it fucked everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. All right, speaking of rappers getting shot, y'all know who Lil TJ is?
Yeah.
New York rapper, right?
Mhm.
So he was shot 7 times last year, right? He
Sheesh.
recovered from it.
Mhm.
So the headline says Lil TJ gets arrested and is being charged with criminal possession of a weapon twice. This is the second time in 2 weeks that he got caught. a weapon,
Right.
and it's in New York, so he got out the first time.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah, it's going down.
But if you were shot 7 times,
Yeah,
right?
I ain't
You
walking
gonna
around
keep
without
it
it.
on
You
you.
gonna
I'm
keep
like,
it
I
on
ain't
you,
never
right?
not walking around with it. I'll be like, yo,
Absolutely.
So the
I'd
rules
rather you
is
catch
not
me.
fair. I mean,
Right.
even if he is a
Yeah.
felon or
but what,
whatever.
but he don't have no bodyguards. He don't have no.
Nobody could hold it for him.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I mean, you,
I'd rather have it on me than you know what I mean, be caught without it.
Right.
That's for
No,
real.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
Because he got caught without it, and you seen what happened.
But I mean,
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
when you,
Right.
if
Actually,
you
they
can't-
actually they popped the cat that shot him, and
Oh.
he tried to go to the hospital. He got arrested at the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if you can afford professional security and you know you need it, you would kind of be foolish not to go that route.
But can he afford professional security?
that's the
Yeah,
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 that's
I'm saying
the
that's-
thing, yeah.
that's an
That's why I
assumption.
said-
Not
that's why I
not
said
that you're
if.
talking about 24-hour security.
Yeah,
If,
that's
you
an
know what I mean?
assumption.
Yeah,
You know what I
if.
mean? If he's Jay-Z, of course he can afford it. But I'm like, this is little TJ. I'm like, outside of New York, maybe a handful of communities have heard of this guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm like,
right,
yo,
right.
he ain't worldwide.
Right,
You
he's
know what I'm
not
saying?
seven
I think
figures.
he's pretty worldwide. I ain't even gonna lie.
Really?
But
You
to
think
book,
he's seven
like-
figures? 7 figures? Like he's a millionaire?
Yes.
Hell no.
Yeah, so that's what
Somewhere
I'm
over
saying.
there.
Even if
then
you're
you
not a
got-
millionaire,
if that's the
though,
case,
Hold
then
up.
you got money for security.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna
you're a
look it up.
It's your
I'm
life,
about to
though.
see if he's a millionaire. His name Lil TJ.
Yeah.
that's your life, though. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be better off spending that little bit of money. You know what I mean? Like, hawk that chain, bro.
Yeah.
Do
real
something.
shit.
Sell that car. Do what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do something.
downsize your mansion to a house.
All right, while y'all looking at
He
that,
is roughly worth $600,000. That ain't enough to hire security.
No, it's not.
24/7.
it's enough to hire security when you're getting out. If you getting out to clubs or something like that, though.
Man, but depending on what your expenses is, if you worth 600,000, don't mean you have 600,000.
Ask your cash
You know what I'm
flow.
saying?
real shit, real
I'm
shit.
like,
talk.
actual capital is a different thing. I'm like, yo, so I'm like, yo, you be outside hiring security and you can't even buy niggas McDonald's burgers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, get out of here, dude. That's not a good look.
Man, hey, all right.
You know what I'm
Tell me what y'all
saying?
think about this. Complex names 21 Savage best rapper of 2022.
That's crazy.
Cut it out.
That's crazy.
Man, that's
Look at
cap.
Kai make that face.
That's cap.
That's crazy.
I like 21 Savage, but I'm like,
yeah,
best
I
rapper.
fucks with. I like 21 Savage.
But best rapper, come on, man. I'm like, yo, that's a little extra, man. But you know, they do stuff based off of, popularity
I
at the
feel
time.
like that's the part of the reason why they do that is just to kind of keep their name in people's mouth because
Right.
like I mean clearly 21 Savage is not the best rapper of
How many
2022.
whips I got?
Like it makes me
How
laugh
many
even
whips you got?
saying that.
How many cars you got?
I'm like,
How
dude.
many?
I'm like,
Come on, man.
How you gonna
gotta
call
get
him the
fuck outta
best
here
rapper
with that
of 2022 when he did a whole album with Drake and Drake bodied that whole album?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I'm like,
Drake
you
was
can't-
it was like 60% Drake.
that's what I mean. I was like, bro, you can't be the best rapper and somebody bodies you on the whole album when y'all doing a collab.
Right, for young rappers, JID was out there killing shit for 2000.
Yeah, that's
that
my
part.
favorite
Yeah.
rapper.
And
of
JID, yeah.
I give it to JID before I gave it to 21 Savage. Sorry 21 Savage.
You know what I'm saying?
Of what?
21
from
Savage
last
would give it to
year?
Last year,
JID.
Best
2000.
rapper of last year? I'm still going with Kendrick, yo.
Look.
Come on, man.
Like,
I
JID,
think-
I'm like,
Come on, man.
But amongst us, we're talking
Yeah.
young. We ain't talking to Kendricks and the J. Coles because obviously, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, they do what they do, but I'm gonna tell you like this:
I don't know.
21 Savage would give it to JID before he gave it to himself. That's facts. So, I'm like, cut it out. Let's keep it real. You be like, yo, best rapper? I'm not that.
Complex smoking that.
You
that
know what I'm
good vibe.
saying? Straight up.
So look, 21 Savage also questions will Atlanta ever recover from the loss of Takeoff and Young Thug? What y'all think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
I
They'll
think
bounce
so,
back?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what
Atlanta
you
has
mean?
a whole sound and a whole music culture. Like that's not gonna go away. Now, obviously, it's
JID
unfortunate.
is from Atlanta.
Young
It's
Thug and
unfortunate,
Migos
but,
is
like,
the
that's-
sound of Atlanta.
Right, but they have a music culture that's been thriving down there for decades and decades and decades. It's not going.
How could
nowhere.
you ask if they not gonna recover? Because I'm like, yo, Outkast is from Atlanta.
Outkast ain't doing
Outkast
shit
ain't
right
dropping
now.
No, but what I'm saying is this. I'm like, you can see the lineage of people who set the trends for hip hop from that region, out of the people that came out of Outkast from Atlanta. I'm like, Ludacris came out of Atlanta. I know he's, claims Illinois and Atlanta, but he came out of Atlanta. These dudes is the dudes that was on top for a while. You know what I mean? Outkast, Ludacris, 2 Chainz. You know what I mean? These are cats who has been like really putting a stamp out there for Atlanta. You know what I mean? Before the Migos came, and then the Migos came, and now you had Young Thug. I'm like, it's somebody else coming for sure.
Absolutely, that's how I
Not
feel.
even coming.
You know,
it's MCs
or they-
and rappers that are already down there doing their thing.
And
you
that's
know
what I
I'm saying?
mean. And they just haven't reached the status of the people who I just named
On
yet.
that national
You know
level,
what I mean?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I'm like, yo, how could you say like, yo, and like, will they recover? Shit, they already on recovery. And I'm like, yo, if recovering was a person, man, these motherfuckers is out the hospital bed doing calisthenics. Shit. They up. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah,
True
I could dig
indeed.
that. I could dig that.
Hey, this is just different, right? Here's some different news. The Earth's inner core may have started spinning in the opposite direction, study says.
Ooh.
Right.
How do you test that?
Who
Yeah, right.
What are y'all doing?
who did
Like,
that
we-
study? Like,
Hey, I just want to know how do I get funding to do a test? Because I want to
You know what
give
I'm
me the
saying?
money and I'll say some shit too.
Shit, how do you get the hell up out of here?
Give me some tests. Give me some money to do that test. I'll be like, yeah, atoms and electrons don't really exist. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, I'll put any theory you want out there.
Yeah.
Give me a bag.
In the words of Q-Tip, it ain't no space program for niggas. Yeah, you stuck here.
Right.
Q-tip.
Ain't no space
Yeah.
program. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, we stuck here.
Did you see that right there? NASA
NASA
discovers.
discovers second Earth-sized planet in the habitable zone. No way.
Right? Look at it though. Look at that. That's Earth.
Ooh, Kepler.
Come on, man. What they showing
It
us,
looks like it could be like a second Earth. Look at this.
Where is it?
man? Come on, man.
Look at that.
And they
we
just named
doing?
it Kepler.
I guess.
What we doing, man?
I'm like, hold up, they named it Kepler. Like, first
we
of all,
doing,
it's
man?
motherfuckers that live there, and I'm sure that's not the name that they gave it. You know what I'm
we
saying?
ain't gonna know. We
Right.
ain't gonna know until we can
I'm
travel
like, yo,
there.
that's like,
Is it within our galaxy? I wonder. I wonder
I
if
don't
it's in our
understand.
because there's planets in our own galaxy that we have not traveled to yet. Y'all know that, right?
we can't travel to them because we don't have a technology.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like,
To the
nigga,
moon.
we ain't never even been to the fucking moon.
Okay, now hold up. Now that's
said
a
we
good
haven't
point.
been to the moon?
We
I
haven't
don't think
been to the moon.
No.
I don't think we've been to the moon.
We're not doing
I
the
don't think we've been
conspiracy
to the
theories
moon.
about the moon
This is
landing.
conspiracy.
Come on, man.
So there's no
This is not-
dinosaurs.
This is not
No
conspiracy
dinosaurs.
theory.
We
ain't been to the
This is
moon.
Fifth Element hip
Come
hop.
on, man.
No.
Man,
Why we ain't been back yet?
okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
There ain't shit up
Okay.
there. Ain't no reason to go
Look,
back.
I'm gonna tell you
man.
like this. Okay, peep game. I'm like in the last, I want to say 20 to 30 years that we've been in existence on this earth.
20
right?
years is 2000.
Okay, so 30 years.
2003.
So take 33. So okay, so take 30 years. Take 30 years ago.
Right.
All right. Let's
All right.
let's go 93.
Bird.
93. If somebody told you you was gonna be able to have a phone where you can see yourself on the face, whatever, have conversations with a motherfucker across the whatever, all this stuff in 93, would you have believed them?
Probably. I think
That's
so.
some old George Jetson shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we done seen it. We like,
It's a reach, but yes.
yeah, that's a reach.
It's possible.
You be like, damn, like that's kind of dude. In 30 years, we done seen this much technology come through
Right.
here to
Right.
where we can do all kind of shit. I'm talking
Right.
about take music, thousands of fucking things of music and put in a little thing like this.
Mm-hmm.
When we used to have crates like this for DJs or whatever, because we ain't have those type
Right.
of capabilities to
I see where you
keep
going.
those.
I see where you
So I'm
going.
like, you telling me that we reached the moon in fucking 1940 or 50 or some shit,
60.
or whatever, and you telling me from 1960 to fucking 2000 or whatever, we ain't got no steady shuttle going forth to the moon?
They end the
Come
NASA
on,
shit
man.
for a while, right?
Come on,
Just
man.
started back up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In the
I'm
infamous
sorry.
words of Ed Lover, come on, son.
Come on, son.
In the
I
end-
don't believe it. I'm like,
Come
yo,
on, son.
y'all
So you're
mother-
saying that there's space travel that goes on all the time?
I'm saying like this: if there is space travel that goes on all the time, we ain't advanced
Dude,
enough to take it.
Do you believe in the International Space Station?
The International Space Station. You mean
Yes.
one that's floating in the fucking sky?
Yeah, you believe in that?
I don't know. I'm like, I ain't never seen
The
it. I ain't-
International
You
Space
believe in
Station.
space?
Right.
I'm like, yo,
It exists.
I believe there's space, but I don't believe that we've ever been there.
Atlas said ain't no moon landings either.
Damn, God, that's
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying.
I'm like,
God,
man, I'm
damn.
not feeling it, bro. I'm not
No
feeling
way.
it.
Achilles said your cars ain't flying either.
Exactly.
Cars is flying soon. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Hey, that
man.
No, they
motherfucker ain't
not.
flying.
No, they not.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they do.
straight
Dubai gonna have that shit
No,
before
they
anybody.
not. Not
I'm
as
just
long
saying.
as there's a dependence on foreign oil.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: if a car could fly, you see half of the fucking population die in the fucking next 6 months because these motherfuckers can't even barely drive right. You know what I'm saying? They can't even drive right.
It's coming. They're already flying. I'm pretty sure there's some cars flying somewhere out
my
here.
car for everybody.
Dude,
On the
motherfucker, like
road.
he said, he gonna get off his sauce and he gonna get behind the jet and be like, I can fly home
and
Come on,
crash
it's over
into the
with.
side of the fucking building.
and crash into a school.
All right,
full
look,
of
y'all.
kids.
Look. We just have them.
and
The
pets.
God divine said they can't even drive by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
Come
up.
on, man.
Cars can't drive by themselves.
All right, look. We were just having fun up here today. Today was
Word.
just a kick it episode, but
Word.
man, we had some good accomplishments doing this show, right? Or
Absolutely.
what this show has took us to. It took us to Detroit. It
Yep.
took us to the Bay Area.
To the Bay.
We got to do one of Coolio's last interviews,
Yes,
which was
sir.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tash from the Alcoholics,
Yeah.
C Night,
C Night, Father MC.
Father MC,
I'm like, who is doing big things right now?
The
You know,
Chill.
F Media.
right? The Chill, Compton
Yep.
Most Wanted,
Chill.
all these dope local artists. Man,
Yeah.
salute to y'all.
Spice
for, you know what
One?
I'm saying?
Spiggity.
Spiggity, Spice
Spiggity.
motherfucking one.
Spice One.
Yeah.
General.
I'm
So
like, man.
we're gonna keep pushing this, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir. I'm
You
like,
better
man,
know
the-
it.
The Fifth Element.
It's also had us reach a lot of people from across the nation, man. Like you got to
Definitely.
think, you got to
Definitely.
think. Me and Atlas, we first started talking just on some. I like your work. I like your work.
Yep.
Now he's out here every 3 months.
Right,
Album
Right.
about to drop
right.
Right.
in March. Shout out to Achilles Black Transit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. My auntie in New York watches our show, and she
Word.
told me
Mhm.
that one of the things that she learned from the show, she watched the episode with Shamar, Flea Kicks.
Flea Kick.
And she had no idea about sneaker culture and the fact that people were like actually investing in sneakers to that degree.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, so we had a whole conversation about something that she learned from our show.
Right. We learned what a
that's
hype
peace.
beast was from
Right.
Yeah,
Shamar.
I,
Real,
you know,
real.
word, I did not know what a hype beast was.
I knew what a
didn't
hype
know
beast
what
We
that
learned what a
was.
hype
I think I
beast
asked
was.
him the
Hype
question.
beast.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
We learned what a hype beast was.
That's what I was gonna say. The commission, the hip hop commission,
That
we
one,
got a whole
Commission.
squad around the
Yeah.
country, around the world.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean, shout out to them.
Yeah.
And speaking of a collection of people going into hip hop, they started the hip hop fraternity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The hip hop
Okay.
fraternity out
What's
here.
that?
So Skinny is one of the main guys that's in charge of that out here.
Oh yeah, that's where he was hitting everybody up, telling them to
Yeah.
sign up for. Yeah,
Sign
shout
up
out to
for the-
Do. Shout out to Do Wrong.
Yeah,
for that.
Yeah, so hip hop fraternity that him and It's Gorgeous Music. I believe they're It's Gorgeous Music.
Music.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
They're actually headlining and pushing that culture forward for everybody to jump into the hip hop fraternity. And it's got a lot of the ways of a fraternal order.
Okay.
Which is like, you pay your dues and whatever. And
They gonna have us stepping.
Nah, man, come on.
All right, I'm just making sure.
It's not a
man.
Greek
I don't-
fraternity, man. It's hip hop fraternity.
All
Cut it
right.
out.
Well, I mean,
You
what,
know, they might have you rapping. You rap.
Everybody's not a rapper.
Look, rappers rap. You know what I mean?
rap.
Rappers rap.
Not
You know
me.
what I'm
a rapper.
saying? But you a rapper though, so rappers rap. You know what I mean? Hey, Quan, throw on the beat. So I'm about to get it in.
Nah.
There you go. Hey,
Hey, there you go.
let's go. What y'all doing?
you go.
What y'all doing?
Man, come on.
OT set it off, man. OT set
you
something
go.
off.
Doing that.
Nah, hold up. OT set something
ain't
off.
doing
Say
that.
something
Let's
off.
go.
Dome?
Off the dome. OT
On
got
the
it.
spot?
Rappers
Doing
rap.
that.
Rappers rap.
Oh my God.
Damn, man.
I'm a DJ.
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm a
lie.
DJ.
The lie detector test determined that is a lie. You a MC,
He
you a
definitely a
producer, and you a DJ.
Ooh, look what he
yo.
threw on,
He
too.
did-
Crazy.
And you can get
got a-
smooth with the vocals.
Ooh, look what he threw on, though.
I know Sim got something to
I
this.
came into this world high as a bird.
You know what I'm saying?
From secondhand. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to all our past guests. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Miles Lowe. Shout out to Code 7.
Word.
Shout out
Sir.
to Big Scoon. Okay.
Doo-wop.
Big School.
Shout out to Cody Got Beats. Shout out to Dulamite.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Landlord. Shout out to Taylor Louise.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Connie P.
Ty Herbo.
Ty Herbo with the 3 O's.
Do wrong.
I've been doing a Ty Herbo deep dive.
Yeah.
That In Due Time
I fucks
album.
with Ty Herbo, yo.
oof.
Man, look, Ty Herbo is freaking crazy with the bars.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you know my favorite song, him and Weibo. Him Him and Weibo, that
Yeah.
that shit's so crazy. I'm like, Ty Hobo's bars on that shit was like, yo, what the man? Yeah,
I like them storytelling
Turbo.
rhymes that he be doing because not a lot of people do them
Hey,
nowadays.
shout out to EBK Sean because he
Yeah.
been going crazy on the
EBK,
ground.
Sean, Elbow, Trey 5'7", you know what I'm saying?
Yup,
All the-
P Fire.
P Fire, you
Shout
know.
out to the city, man. Shout out to Vegas. Shout out to all the media.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that's repping it right.
Hey,
Ben
look, I
and
just want to
Justin.
say one thing too, man. It's enough room for all of us to do what we do and support each other, man. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? And before we determine there's a whole lot of fake love, let's first determine what love is.
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? You know
And
what
let's
I'm saying?
go out of the way to show that love.
Yeah, let's
and
just
to
show
be
that-
that,
Straight up.
Come on,
to
man.
be that thing that we feel like we need, that's needed.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Just
Right.
man, it's enough room for everybody. Let's do it. Let's move and shake and show the country, man. The world is watching.
Yeah, straight up. And I like to say, if you ain't got love for Fifth Element, it ain't no room for you. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. Bow, bow.
Wow,
But no,
bruh.
we appreciate everybody's
I'm
support,
just,
man.
I'm just
You know
messing
what I'm
around.
saying?
If y'all
Word
know
up.
me, y'all know I got a sense of humor, and I play around.
Yeah, but we love all of y'all.
Yeah.
We love
Word.
every last one of y'all. Thank you so much.
No, we don't. We ain't
Yes,
gonna go all that. We ain't gonna do all that.
What's the comedy
I love
show?
people
all
that
that.
support us.
What's the
I'm
comedy
not
show?
worried about nothing he's talking about.
What's the comedy show with Skinny and Macho? Is that what is that?
Views from the 7.
Yo, that shit is funny as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
Views from the 7 is funny. Them dudes is
Yo.
hella funny.
Shout out everybody
That
on Views
shit
from
is
the Seven.
funny as hell,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yo.
Definitely. Who that? That's Spence.
That's
Skinny.
Spence,
Yeah,
Skinny.
shout out to them. Yo,
I don't know
'cause
everybody on
Is that-
it.
I be
Ivan is
rolling
on
listening
that?
to that shit.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was on there.
Yeah, that's just dope. Real dope.
All right, man. We gotta get up out of here. We just up here.
We gotta go.
Chopping it up. Y'all ain't got no bars though,
Hey,
huh?
make
That's
sure
what
you
this
read some
rappers
books.
rap. Y'all ain't got no
Make sure
bars,
you
huh?
read
Rappers
some
do
books
rap.
in
You
2023.
know what I mean? I
Read a
always
book.
got bars.
What you
Like,
doing
rap
there?
rappers
Come on.
always
Here you
rap.
go, T. It's on you. You got
Oh
it.
man, cut it out. Can y'all throw? I'll try to get through one, man. Put on another beat. Go to. You got that Big Chillin', by yeah, Jack Harlow, Big Chillin'. You know what I'm saying? I'll see if I can get through this real fast.
Yeah.
It's the Fifth Element Hip Hop Bar Test.
Oh,
OT's about to eat.
Cut it out. I'm like, yo,
OT about to
since
eat.
y'all gonna put me on the spot, you know what I'm saying? I'll see if I can rap.
Okay, I'm big.
All right, let's see what to do. Yo. No ghostwriter, but it's true, the flow is supernatural. OT the measurement between a Don and a capo. Broke the iron shackles, so when I pop, you hear your bones snap and crackle. It's fact that I'm an asshole, big-headed, confident. When I'm around the mic, the aura in the room is ominous. Go ahead and comment in the comment section. You feel attacked, cause I pointed it in your direction. Like a mirror in the gym, you can see me flexing. I see it too, but all I really see is my reflection. You need guidance, but you gotta learn to take direction. You a puppet, so I'm sure you make a good impression. Me, I'm authentic, you'll never find another. Mama made one, got a twin brother. You can see the burn marks where the road meets the rubber. Show up at your girl house, hockey mask, about to cut her. That a man with the blicky and his stutter. When you talking, I'm like, okay, shut up. They know I'm from the D, so when they see me, they like, what up? Doe, hoes still checking for me. I'm 45, but they still getting naked for me. You probably cry if you heard a nigga testimony. Till the game, totally matrimony. Gearing up to go, like hold my jacket for me. This ain't luck, but you can't believe it happened for me. See the difference is I'm really him, and y'all some bitch ass niggas, yeah, y'all really them. This is all skill, fuck how you feel. They tell me I'm gonna pay for this when niggas send a bill. I'm really outside, niggas really in the field. Don't speak on my business, man, that shit'll get you killed. I'm always on the move, I ain't never sitting still. You fake on the gram, you can catch them on the rail. Naughty in my inbox like, let's make a deal. I just left them on red, cause the pimpers really like that. I don't even write back, they lying in they sleep, that's a nightcap. You friends with OT, that's a life hack.
Hey,
There you go.
oh,
Right there.
it's a like that.
certified. God
That's what's up.
Hey man, we ain't giving y'all no more. We gotta get up out of here.
Yo.
Yeah.
OT, good shit, man.
Word up. Nah, great shit. Great shit.
Yeah, hey, y'all
Yes,
up
sir,
next,
yes,
man.
sir.
Y'all better quit playing.
Shut up.
Quit
I
playing.
don't remember raps though. I don't remember my raps.
He don't write his rap. Do you write your raps down?
I
You're
write
right.
them,
Freestyle.
but nah, we not doing that. Yo.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not
We
today.
not doing that.
Yeah, no,
If
no
I would have
freestyle.
But I
known, I
can't
would have
remember
had
my
it
shit,
prepared.
though.
I would have had some bars prepared
I got
for
you.
y'all. Oh, you
Alright.
got some bars?
But Love Is the
Nah,
Message
you know,
is out.
hell nah. Hell nah.
You pulled out your
Let's
phone
get to
like you about
let's
to.
get to them allies, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, shout out Miko, Two Tone, Mad Records recording studio. They doing it all over there, man. They even got rehearsal space. Holla at them, man. It's what is it? Tone Does Music on
Yes, sir.
IG.
Yep.
And I don't have my paperwork with me. I ain't even
And
going
Mad
front.
Records LV.
Mad Records recording
Mad
studio.
Records.
And shout out Q the Barber at the Barbecue Shop, 2077 North Jones. They said they taking all fades over
Yes,
there.
sir.
Holla at them.
Word.
Hey, and real quick, we're at 901 subscribers on our YouTube. We're trying to get that stack, that
Let's
thou
get into
wow.
a thou wow.
So man, if y'all
Yeah,
can't
boy.
share our lives,
99.
tell a friend to tell a friend, man.
Tell a
Fifth
friend,
Element
tell
Hip
a
Hop.
friend,
is
man.
here.
We spreading love.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Noong and Johnny at Queen Nails for getting my nails on fleek. Hey, girl.
There we go.
Okay. Shout out to Divine Graphics Inc. LLC. Shout out to Respect Universal Fashions. Shout out to my peoples, Black Transit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know it's a lot. It's too many to name, but I love y'all. And Atlas album is coming soon.
Can't wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Right.
Check it out, man. Love Is the Message is out, y'all.
Love is the message.
Love it.
And then we don't even holler about Vegas Hype, man. Y'all check out Vegas Hype Media
Vegas
on
Hype.
YouTube because there's so many other dope shows up here.
Yeah, name some
Quan-
dope shows real quick. What's some of the shows?
Two women, two opinions.
Right.
Shoot,
What's the
Bound to
Thought?
Thought. Bound to Thought.
Mindsetters.
You know what I'm saying?
What
The
is it?
Mindsetters.
The Mindsetters.
That's
With Lorraine
Lorraine
Lindsay.
and Lorraine and Carmen and all them.
What's
you know.
Mizzy? What's the Mizzy one?
Boy.
Who? DJ Miss V.
Yeah.
DJ Miss V, shout out.
Man, so just
Shout out.
just
Yeah,
go
man.
to Vegas Hype Media, man. We ain't the only ones up
On
here
YouTube.
doing it.
That's right.
We out, right?
We out
Yes,
here,
sir.
man.
Book,
Yo,
check
Book,
out.
take us out, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And we out.
With the bad bitch nails. Ow.
Getting it out the settlement. Hold the line to get connected to a hip hop specialist. Be a registrant. It only takes a second to see your benefit like a settlement. I'm talking about Fifth Element. Supreme tide of perfectionist. Crash on your Vegas nerve. Buffet, I'm about to serve. Fresh out of canapes, I'm on the hors d'oeuvres with a hunger indescribable to put in less schemes. The host with the most. OT from the D. Creator of this newly booted family tree. DJ 7, young got discretion. Cool, go hard in the paint like resin. Ray Sun checking with the scoop for your teacup. How do we know that? I swear you know some higher ups.